All right, Grand Rising, everyone. It's Shay Seeking or Shalonda. And yeah, it's been a rough night. I kind of didn't get no sleep, and I kind of just looked up like, what? So, excuse me, I had done a video last night about some things that I wanted to speak on. Um, and again, I don't know. I had a feeling about the video. Actually, I'm going to put it up. I'm going to put it back up because what I want to do here, right, is show the whole. I kind of want to do. I don't know. I'm going to put it back up, but I kind of want to show the whole. Like I said, I want this to be an open book to a certain extent, so that we can look at some things that are going on, so that it can help people see. Again, I told you before, if it has something to do with me being wrong, I don't mind being wrong, saying that I was wrong. And if it has something to do with me being smacked in the face, I don't mind that either. So this whole thing for me is a journey to truth. And so again, if the truth shows me something that I've done, then it is what it is. You know what I'm saying? So we're going to go ahead. And if the truth shows me something that I feel like has occurred, and it occurred in a different way or format than it's showing in this text, then, and I feel like it's necessary, then we're going to talk about that too. So again, we're going to go ahead and read Obadiah. Now, I started off wanting to go into Micah. It's just a whole thing that I'm doing here right now. Okay. And it's kind of random, but I just wanted to give us something about like what was going on. And so, what I feel is going on, or I just feel something coming. I feel it coming. Like it's something that's going to shake nations or the world. And so, like I said, it could be, brought on by us. Again, like I said the other day, not helping each other, deceitful things is going to be written here. But, some of this stuff, again, I feel like is happening in this time. And I feel like some of this stuff, a lot of it is kind of speaking of things that, again, I have witnessed myself, and so to whatever degree, we know that we're talking about groups when we're talking about this, but to whatever degree, I want to share my portion of the story. Okay. So rather, right, we're being watched closely, and again, someone knows this, or this is, like I said, this is the work of the all. I mean, and that's just how I look at it. I try not, even when I feel like it's something involving me or a lesson that I should have learned, it just is what it is, And so again, I'm not gonna try to bend anything to work in my favor. If it's that way, then we're gonna just look at it that way. So again, I kind of just want to just be like an open book with this and tell you like where I'm coming from. So, I feel like, again, like I told you before, there's been an energy of, again, because I don't know, I sense things, okay, and then also things that I just pick up on, like signs and symbols, and just listening. I don't know, it's just this thing. So I had to go through my Facebook and delete some people, and then stop kind of letting people in, because like I said, energy is transferable. I've been watching also. Right? I feel like it's a heavy thing when it comes to, again, like, and this is just questionable for me today when I was pondering on this. I'm like, what really is going on? Because, it's some things that I feel like, are we actually doing things in our subconscious? Are we doing things in our realm of sleep? Because I'm pretty open about things. You know what I'm saying? When it comes to my everyday life, and some of these things that I feel like resonate with me to a certain level. And I'm just doing this not to be boastful, but to tell my story. And that's the thing that makes me kind of uncomfortable about the way where I'm reading some of this stuff, because, it's going to try to make it seem like something is one way, right? But like I was saying about just like different energies and like that whole blinding kind of thing that I was telling you guys about. that some things, some angles, we may not, again, for me, I'll just speak for me. And I'm never here to tell you what it is or what it ain't. I'm simply sharing what it looks like to me. So some angles, you know what I'm saying, I feel like I've been blinded to, whether there's been the work of all or the work of sorcery and things on this plane. Because again, it was a big thing, I feel like, for me to do, to speak about governing forces, the gods of this world, the way that I did. Certain industries, companies, things like this. And all throughout that time, now we have where there has been a so-called collapse that looks to be something as though it is a pandemic. Okay, that's what they're saying. So, and again, people gonna be, it always boils down to money, right? It always boils down to money. And I think like some of this text, I don't know, it's just very telling. It's just very telling. So we're going to just go into this here. And I'm just going to talk about the book. But yes, I'm going to tell my story at the same time because I feel like people can see clearly then. See? And so that's what I'm saying about it. It's like, maybe we can see some of the things that actually really happened or went down that may have brought destruction upon people at some times in this text. And that's what I've been trying to do this whole time. Okay? To see if we're being deceived. Is this the all? What is this? Okay? Okay? Because then again, doing your due diligence and then again, seeing some of the things in the spiritual realm that I've seen and dealing with some of the things that, again, I've felt uncomfortable even speaking on. It almost seems as though I just don't know. We're going to go ahead and start. Okay? So it says, in a vision of the Lord, the Lord God showed Obadiah the future of the land of Edom. Okay? And then it has an asterisk next to the Edom, and it says a nation southeast. Let's see. Southeast of Israel. Now, I don't know if this is talking about Israel, the group, the what we might call the mount, her as Israel or him as Israel. Again, it's just saying here that it's southeast of Israel, including Petra. And I don't know, Petra is making me think of an Egyptian deity or something for some reason. But again, I may be incorrect. The city hewn from rocks. Wow, that's kind of funny. Huh. The city hewn from rocks. Her southern boundary was on the Gulf of Aqaba, maybe. Okay. So again, I'm thinking, like this is like if we're going to bring this into what's going on today, it's kind of making me think about like a certain portion of land. I don't know, because I'm trying to place this, right, in these times to see if these are signs to come. Okay? So anyhow, it says a report has come from the Lord. He said that God has sent an ambassador to the nations with this message. Attention, you are to send your armies against Edom and destroy her. Wow. I wish I was on a computer so I can look up this word. Maybe I can add it later on. Maybe we can add this later on, okay? I mean, because this is kind of sounding like what I was just reading in Micah, okay? About the one that said, "Where's your God?" And it definitely called the being or person a her. And so I'm just trying to figure out um, that she said, "Where's your God now?" Right? Okay. And so, I don't know. This is kind of making me think about that is referring to, because again, from Micah, some reason I was led over to Amos and then Obadiah. But I don't know. That's just what I'm getting. Okay. It said, "I will cut you down to size amongst the nations, Edom, making you small and despised." Okay. "You are proud because you live in those high, um, inaccessible cliffs." Okay. And, mm, hmm, 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 hmm. From stone. I don't know. It's making me think about something. Like, is there a spiritual connection even between the video that I did not too long ago, like 4 or 5 videos ago, about that temple and stuff that was over there in what do you call it? The Grand Canyon. I don't know. Like, these things, I see things for a reason. And when I keep them in a certain part of my mind, and then we're reading across this stuff, it kind of just comes back. Okay, why did I do that? Why did I go look over here at the ground and see this thing in here? Why did I go over here and look at these mm, like Spartanburg, South Carolina? Why did I go look and then find the Wakanda figure in the ground? So like it's just it's like these things, okay? So again, this is not, I think that the fact that something says boasting and bragging, again, the word says it, but I think some people can take things, they can misunderstand or take things the wrong way. What I'm trying to do is give us a full scale of things. What I'm trying to do is tell you guys that I've experienced certain things in this plane, whether we're talking about in the spiritual dimension, different levels, um, uh, dimensions, or whatever. People like to talk about that kind of stuff, but they don't like to talk about it when it comes to the point of the Bible, right? And I'm trying to say that we're talking about the same thing in the biblical text, if you're able to see, okay? And so, it says, "I will cut you down to the size, to size amongst the nations." So again, this would be someone that would be big in the nations at that time, okay? Or think that they were big or something, and again, they would be having, uh, Edom and destroy her, okay? Um, cut her down to size amongst the nation. And this is almost like wrath, it's almost like, even I'm getting a sense of like jealous God, even, like, I mean, because we know that there is one. And so again, I'm because I was just reading, I think in Amos, and it was saying, "I did this and that and you still didn't come back to me. I did this and that and you still didn't come back to me." And so it, again, I'm just speaking this, we're just going to speak it how it seems to be. And again, people, Christians and people, and that's why I may be being vilified and demonized again, in a sense, because I've been dealing with a lot of different energies, and not a lot like that. I'm saying I've been in different ways, right? Okay. And so it's just, again, somebody like me, I'm just going to speak it that way, because I can't, like people will say, "Oh, don't trust this or don't trust that, don't trust man," or what they, but again, if you're going to church, you're trusting a man. If you're going to read this Bible and interpret it, you're trusting a man, because you're trusting yourself. Well, it doesn't say woman, but it says don't trust man in some of these texts. And so these are kind of things that just stand out to me when we want to go ahead and add common sense back into the factor of what we're reading here, and then personal experiences in these times, okay? And information, again, I feel like a lot of us have been, gotten to a point or tweaked in a sense to be able to do this in this day. But again, you can fall off as well and go in the wrong direction, wrong path. But it seems like women get, in this chapter here, or in some of these chapters here, it seems like they getting it hard, like these women, I mean, they just going in. I mean, it's like somebody like like that's it. So, I'm just looking at it the way that we're looking at it, because again, we just want to be real on this channel. Okay. I'm not trying to sugarcoat, candy coat, cookie cut, none of that. Okay. All right. So, yeah, making you small and despised. Okay. You are proud because you live in those high, inaccessible cliffs. Who can ever reach us way up here? You boast, don't fool yourself. Though you soar as high as eagles, and build your nest among the stars. Okay. I will bring you plummeting down, says the Lord. For better it would be for you if thieves had come at night to plunder you. Okay. So it's saying that it'd have been better for thieves to have come and plundered you. Now, I don't know why that just got randomly thrown in there, but again, we're going to keep on reading. For they would not take everything, exclamation mark. Okay. Or if your vineyards were robbed of all their fruit. Okay. So again, this is, I'm even getting Lilith here, y'all. I really am. Again, because I'm getting acquainted with these stories. Far better would be if thieves had come at night to plunder you, for they would not take everything. Or if the vineyards were robbed of all their fruits, for at least the gleanings. Okay, for at least the gleanings. Now, I don't know what that means, but I'm going to go ahead and highlight it and hopefully add it in. Would be left, and even just like I'm telling you guys, like when we're talking about fruits, this is where we go on this channel. If you think about like demons like Asmodeus, or even the storyline of a Lilith energy, that she was taking the babies. Okay. We're just going to keep it right there. Okay. All their fruit. So every time, and it's even almost like the pharaohs and when it came to Egypt in the biblical text, when, they started to say that the people were multiplying and to kill all the male child, whatever. So again, what I'm telling you right now is, again, it is what it is. This is how I'm reading it. That's happening to some people at this point in time. When we're talking about soul ties and things like that, it goes a little bit deeper than you think. And now this is just in case this be, sometimes I feel like this may be my last time. But, like things getting heightened, it's getting heated, and I feel like the pressure is on. So again, someone wants me to deliver these messages. So again, whether we talking ancestors or we talking guides or we talking about the gods, whatever. Okay. So again, I'm just telling you guys because this is just what I'm saying. Okay. Now they did say something about some invasion coming soon, right? Possibly, allegedly, right? Okay. When I'm telling you, when they told you something coming soon, it probably already been there. And, I'm not telling you that like green men or whatever. I'm just saying there's beings from other places and other things here, and they may look like you as well. Okay. So I'm just saying, because I just really feel this thing. I feel a need. I'm telling you, I didn't sleep all night. Okay. I did not sleep all night. Okay. Immaculate conception. Well, let's keep it there and move on. Okay. Okay. And every treasure found taken. Okay. Now, this is one thing that I want to say. Wait. Okay. So it says all your allies will turn against you and help to push you out of your land. They will promise peace while plotting your destruction. Okay. Your trusted friends will set traps for you, and all your counter strategy will fail. Now, like the whole time, I'm gonna just tell you here. So again, I'm just feeling like I'm witnessing, I'm seeing these things, right? These visions of these things because it's a warning for me, for us, for we, right? And so it's almost like signs or things are being, it's almost like it's too eerie, right? It's almost like it's too eerie, actually. Mm, okay. I really want to look up that word, but we're not going to do it right now. Every nook and cranny will be searched and robbed, and every treasure found and taken. All your allies will turn against you and help to push you out of your land. They will promise peace while plotting your destruction. And, it's kind of funny because, like, this is even going back to what we were just saying when I was just saying not too long ago when it comes to, the divine feminine, right? Because we were calling this energy her, okay? And so what I was saying about the women, with this whole energy of energies coming upon energies, we'll just say that, right? In these times, call them with what you want. Again, a lot of people are using twin soulmates and twin flames, all right? And what I was saying was I feel like that energy is maybe even supposed to be a divine masculine, but the divine masculine is under the control of, again. And so this is where it's just like, okay, maybe they don't want to be there, but the divine masculine are maybe being hired in or brought in. Some may be natural, right? Okay. And so with that being said, there has not been a chance for there to be unity, period. And especially unity amongst those that have the know-how to do what they need to do. And so this is what I've been talking about. When people think I'm throwing shade, all I'm saying is unity is key. And again, for someone like me, I feel like, in a sense, like for a lot of part of this, it doesn't matter if I wanted to be involved or not. I had been ousted out, right? And again, to know how it feels to be someone that brought along a lot of things that come with this construct, to be the one to start laying the foundation for that, right? In such of a certain energy to lay the foundation for that, and then come back around and find yourself being shunned or like an island, right? Okay. So again, I'm telling you that not because I'm whining about it. I'm telling you about this so we can look at these storylines a little bit better so we can see what's going on here. Okay. So it's almost like the head that was cut off, the cornerstone, right? Okay. Or as if someone was being slew. So this helps us see this because again, these are our stories about us in this text. Some of the things, yes, happened in the past. Some are happening now, and some will be happening in the future. Okay, possibly near. And so, all right. So think about that. If we're talking matriarchal, and we're in a patriarchal society, and then they have us roused and going against or even communing with some people, again, in my way of seeing it, I feel like I've been on the spiritual side in that realm more than anything. Some of us have been in the realm of figuring things about land, and some of us, I'm talking about the divine feminine matriarchs right now. Some of us have been in the works of law, right? And can help you get some stuff straight when it comes to that. But it seems as though we never went in as a collective. There's always something. And I was sitting back wondering what it is. Okay. And it makes it a little bit easier to, right, go into your own zone, right, when you have nowhere else to go. And so if somebody like me, I go in my head, or I go in my space, or I like my space. I like alone time. And so again, right? So again, I don't know what anybody else has experienced, but I'm just saying, okay? And so this whole time, you know, I mean, because I see a female figure when we're looking at this. See, this is going to be the stuff right here. It's going to, yeah. And I don't know. It's almost like I see her, you know, just like I see myself in some of these portions. Okay. So they will promise peace, plotting your destruction. Your trusted friends will set traps for you, and all your counter strategy will fail. Okay. And so, like I was saying, like, you know, in that day, not one wise man will be left in all of Edom, says the Lord. For I will fill the wise men of Edom with stupidity. The mightiest soldiers of Teman will be confused and helpless to prevent the slaughter. And, you know, this is even reminding me of what's going on in certain communities. Just like I just heard 38 people or something been killed in Chicago within a small amount of time. 4 of them, I think, yesterday, supposedly. Even though I went and looked up their names on Facebook, and I couldn't find really any pages or anything. I mean, you know, that's just strange for 4 people and really not to have that much of a following. And, you know, I don't know. That's something that people can do on their own. That's just a little something that I wanted to do. And I noticed that a lot of people hadn't even posted anything since March of the names that I looked for within that. So again, that's just something that I just noticed. Okay. So what we're trying to do is find out, we're speaking of the God of this world, right? Corporations, things of this nature that would be having writings probably in this book. Or are we talking about the all? Or are we talking about foreign alien forces? Okay. And again, so this is getting me in trouble with one of these gods, right? That has their all-seeing eye all up and through and down up in my house and in my personal places. Right? So again, you know, and that's what I'm saying. This does not mean for any one reason that I don't think that there is a such thing as the all. I just feel like there's other energies here on this plane, and we better be careful and we better be paying attention. And I would like to give you a piece or a portion of my story so that we will be able to discern or be just a little bit more open about these things that are going on with people when it comes to spiritual warfare. And we can't just say, oh, the Bible ain't real and leave it there. It's real things going on in this text. And there's real things going on right now, okay? And so some of these things may just well be because we're not listening to the proper Father, right? Or Elohim, right? You know, and so again, that's why I look through the word like I do. It's like a diligent kind of thing for me. And it's also, you know, searching after soul searching and, excuse me, and dealing with spirit. Okay. Wisdom, knowledge, and discernment, right? Okay. Okay. And so it says here, The soldiers are going to be confused. Now your sins will be exposed for all to see. Ashamed and defenseless. Okay? You will be cut off forever. So this cutting off has happened a lot. I feel like different times when it comes to feminine energy in this text. I mean, other energy as well. But I'm saying what I'm saying right now, like I said in the attack on the womb video that they deleted, there is something else going on here. Okay? They want to make sure that there's something else going on. Okay? Okay. So this group, this is a feminine aspect here that we're talking about here when we're talking about Edom at this point. Or you can look at it however you want to. This is just how I'm looking at it. And so again, we do have, people using sorcery in a sense. It says it in the text too, right? Against others. And so it sounds as though right here is saying that, and it's going to say, okay? So it says that the soldiers are not going to be able to prevent this slaughter, right? And it says, and why? Okay? Y'all know what because of what you did to your brother Israel. And again, let's just keep these things in mind when we're talking about this. Well, yeah, we could be talking about brother. We could be talking about brother, but it could be also a sister, or it could be, you know what I'm saying? I'm just putting it out there like that. Okay? But this is a female doing it, what it seems like, to a brother. All right? Okay. Now your sins will be, it says, now your sins will be exposed for all to see. Ashamed and defenseless, you will be cut off forever. For you deserted Israel in his time of need. You stood aloft, refusing to lift a finger to help him when invaders carried off his wealth and divided Jerusalem among them by lot. You were as one of his enemies. Wow. It's taking me back to another video that I did. You should not have done it. You should not have gloated when you took him far away to foreign lands. You should not have rejoiced in the day of his misfortune. And let's think about this, because we could be talking about these things right here. And we could be talking about things that are happening in the spiritual realm. Do you see what I'm saying? Or in different dimensions. You should not have mocked him in his time of need. You yourselves went into the land of Israel in the day of his calamity and looted him. You made yourselves rich at his expense. You stood at the crossroads and killed those trying to escape. You stood at the crossroads. Wow. And killed those trying to escape. You captured the survivors and returned them to their enemies in that horrible time of distress. The Lord's vengeance will soon fall upon all Gentile nations. Because I was going to say, wait a minute. It's a question. Now, that's that news story that I told y'all with the four, oh my goodness, with the four people that was killed. Something just drew my attention to that. And then when they said 38 or more people within a couple of days or a week or something, if I'm not tripping, I said, what else is going on? Something else is going on. Like we've been saying already. I mean, I just think we need to open our eyes. Whether it is to this word to see what we got to do to change it, or what I'm saying, or what we got to do amongst ourselves. Because I'm just saying, I'm just telling you, this stuff is just really, it's so many things like coming to mind right now. So as you have done to Israel, so will it be done to you. I'm telling you, y'all, look, your axe will boomerang upon your heads. You drank my cup of punishment upon my holy mountain. And the nations round about will drink it too. Yes, drink and stagger back and disappear from history. Hold on. No longer nations anymore. Oh my goodness, hold on. As you have done to Israel. So God didn't do this to Israel in this chapter. It's the people that did it. And it's the people. So will it be done to you. Your axe will boomerang upon your heads. You drank my cup of punishment upon my holy mountain, and the nations round about will drink it too. Yes, drink and stagger back and disappear from history. No longer nations anymore. But Jerusalem will become a refuge, a way of escape. Why does this phone keep doing this? Okay. Israel will reoccupy the land. Israel will be a fire that sets the dry fields of Edom aflame. There will be no survivors, for the Lord has spoken. Then my people will live in Negeb, or who live in Negeb, shall occupy the hill country of Edom. Those living in Judean lowland shall possess the Philistine plains, and repossess the fields of Ephraim and Samaria, and the people of Benjamin shall possess Gilead, or Gilead. Okay, and that's even making me think about Handmaid's Tale. Look at y'all. I guess I'm gonna just have to sit here and be up in this word all day, because I guess I can't even stop at this point. The Israeli exiles shall return and occupy the Phoenician coastal strip as far north as Zarephath. Those exiled, and again, this channel is just this channel, and yes, it is a small channel. And my whole thing is, we're just reading. I'm not saying nothing ridiculous. We're just reading these words. We're just looking at this in a different light, in a different time. And, there's many places where you can go out there and get really fooled. Like the church that you've been going to for 50 years and we still don't know nothing. And we're not even interpreting the word properly. You listen to what they saying. Don't they expound on or expand on the things that they say in church? And that's what I'm saying. So it's just like, I'm not trying to, I'm doing this right in front of your face. You can get, you can get a dictionary or etymology and look up these words and see what they mean, and again, some of you can see. And those are going to be the ones that are going to be probably vilified in a witch hunt sent out for in these times. So I have mixed emotions about this chapter. I have mixed emotions about this chapter, and that's just my opinion. Okay. And so again, I will just read it like this, because I have to follow what's deeply rooted in me when it comes to the ancestors as well. I have to honors. That's my sister's name is Anna. I have to honor my mother and father. And how will I do that? Right? Unless you're talking about one of your overseers or your overseers on this plane at some point in time, even probably still now. Right? Districts. See? Mm. How am I going to be doing that if I'm not going to be talking about my ancestors? They would have dealt with God too, wouldn't they? Just like this Amos, one of the older names that I was able to find. These are the ones that always resonate the most with me. Benjamin. These are just the ones. Like I said, I'm not saying that this, but there would have been a family name that would keep on going through generations, Okay. So the way I'm doing this is just people do whatever they want to do. People, do I how can I explain it without coming off being wrong? It's just the way I see. I can't help what's in me. I can't help what's in me, and I can't hold it back. I've already been put under the fire and exposed. And so, or defiled in a sense. So if anybody doesn't know how that feels right now in this time, in this day and age, when it comes to what's being said in this book, it's something. Okay? Israel will be a fire that sets the dry fields of Edom aflame. Okay? It's almost like, I keep seeing something about this flame and this fire. I think even in Micah, there will be no survivors, for the Lord has spoken. Then my people who live in, okay, we already did that part. Negeb shall occupy the hill country of Edom. Those living in Judean lowlands shall possess the Philistine plains and repossess the fields of Ephraim and Samaria. And the people of Benjamin shall possess Gilead. And the Israeli exiles shall return and occupy the Phoenician coastal strip. Now remember, we talking some of these things in the Americas, in the old world. They would have different names today. Those exiled in Asia Minor shall return to their homeland and conquer the Negeb's outlying villages, for uh, deliverers will come to Jerusalem and rule all Edom, and the Lord shall be king. Okay. So again, like even when we're looking at this, those exiled in Asia Minor shall return to their homeland and conquer. Now, I know that just because it says Asia Minor don't mean that we talk about Asian people, right? Again, I'm not trying to say that. But it did remind me when I was reading that of the whole, and I was just talking about this with my daughter not too long ago, the whole thing when it comes to the stipulations that have been put in place to protect certain people on this land. We've been given the perception that that's the case, while the media has given us the perception that the very people that were or are descendants of the people of this land, under different names and different statuses and titles all this time, still don't have anything to protect them, when the media, the mass media, has given us the perception that these very people have been plucked off and murdered, and even gave you a very descriptive imagery of this. And there's still not one. We have works or talks about China, right? And people have concerns about what that may, what kind of, what are we going to have in going on with these particular places in the future. So I was just thinking about that. That's all. And we're going to stop right there. Again, don't forget to comment, rate, and subscribe. And again, join us in the Facebook group American Aborigines Unchained if you'd like, for more information like this from me and others. Again, I'm going to go ahead and keep going. We're just going to go ahead and read Micah real quick. I think it's really short. And then we're going to have to get back into, we're going to have to go into Amos. But I won't read the whole thing. I'm just going to highlight some stuff that I wanted to go over. I'm just saying, I feel this heaviness. It's something going on. And the funniest thing is, too, somebody actually broke into one of my cars last night. And they took a bag and some things out of there that had something to do with, they had paperwork and stuff in there and different things. And so I found it really funny that I'm looking at these books here, or these chapters, and there it is. Somebody came in here and said, hey, somebody has been in our stuff. And I'm like, what? Out of the 4 years I've been here, never. And it just so happens. That I was out late last night too, going to pick somebody up from the airport. And I'll have to check and see with the camera, I don't know. We'll see. Okay? So it's very funny how that happened there. So what I'm trying to tell you is, we're dealing with real life stuff, and people want to, people think maybe, oh, possibly this has something to do with the devil or something like that. And I'm wondering, is it? Or is it? Right? Some of this stuff can just be punishments from source. Some of this stuff can be those that are in high places that know this stuff very well. You dig what I'm saying? And could be doing these things against the people because they knew this time would come, and they know exactly who you are, and they know what land you own, and they know exactly what your genealogy is, and they know exactly who the hell you are. The only thing is, I know who I am too, and just because I cannot get everything that they want me to get to prove it, don't mean that I don't know. That I haven't been able to put a little bit of this 2 and 2 together. So although some things we do, we may be in the wrong in some parts, but some of the stuff it may not be. Some of the stuff, it didn't go down that way. It's other things that went down in my case. So there's a reason why I'm being brought directly here. There's a reason why I'm able to see these things and capture these moments and then be able to share them with you now. Now that I know why I was really stuck on that, or I was really thinking, or things like that. So matter of fact, I want to read this part right here. Okay. Right here. An ambassador is sent. This is Obadiah 1. Amongst the heathen. I read from the Living Bible. Now we're reading from the King James. From the Lord, an ambassador is sent among the heathen. Arise ye, and let us rise up against her in battle. You see what I'm saying? I feel an encroachment coming on, but I think that some of these things are under false precinct. What is it called? Precincts. Okay? I really do. I think that some of this stuff, people know who you were, and they created these things to come against some of us. And this is just what I'm saying. And because we were too busy, again, being okay with cutting people out, I just think that this is something that is going to have to, this is something that's happening. And I've been keep saying, are we going to let something get in the way? This is why I've been doing the, and that's the thing. That's the sad part about it. This is the reason why I've been trying, knowing that it's impossible to first get people to see that it's being unraveled, and then to get people to realize and use common sense somewhere in there when we're reading this text to see. I'll be back.